Welcome to the Altier Studios. We will be continuing from where we left off. So, as you can see, we are still in the cover studio. In the previous video, the previous demo, I didn't show you how to actually do the mock-up. I actually forgot. But in this training, before we get into the actual planner studio, we will show you how to get the mock-up for the cover studio that we generated in the first version, which was demo 1, which was the cover studio. So we still have it pulled up here. So this is our mock-up prompt. So we already copied the cover prompt, right? So this is our mock-up prompt, continuing from the last video. So if you haven't seen the last demo, which was the Altier Cover Studio, go ahead and check that out before you watch this video. Okay, so we're going to copy the mockup and we're going to go in the same chat. Remember, it's very important to keep your same chats, like if you're using chat, because AI, it helps to keep memory, right? So you want chat to know what you're working on. So if you come over here to the side, you'll see that there's multiple chats, right? And this is the chat that I'm in. Now, if you don't think you're going to remember this, you can click right here and you can click rename, and you can rename this chat whatever you want to remember it. Then after you rename it, you can click here to pin it. If you click this, then it will come up here under your pinned tabs and you will be able to come back to it. So if you're not finishing a product in one day, you can come back here and then click on it and you make sure you're using the same chat so everything can stay congruent. Okay, so now that that is out of the way, you want to make sure you come here, you copy that. You're going to come back to chat and you're going to paste that prompt in here. And you're going to click create image and you're going to send this. And this is going to be our mock-up for this planner that we got from the prompt that we got from the Altier Cover Studio. So as you can see, our planner is totally cute. It's a monthly undated because you know it's undated because it just says monthly. So that means they're going to have to duplicate the tabs when they're in GoodNotes. They will have to duplicate the tabs within GoodNotes. And if you're familiar with digital planning, then you know what I mean. But if you wanted it where it was a monthly, where it said January through December, you can do that on the side tabs and then have notes and goals up here at the top if you would like. You can do that as well. But for this example, to make it simpler and to make it easier and quicker for this demo, we're doing undated. Okay, so let's see, is it finished? All right, and it's finished. So this is our mock-up that we got from the Altier Cover Studio. So this was created with the Altier Cover Studio as well. And this is the mock-up here. And you can download it as well. So I'm going to go ahead and download this. And I'm going to move it to my digital covers. Let's see where. Okay. Let's delete that out of there. Okay. All right. So that is that. Okay. Now let's actually get into the Altier Planner Studio since we have finished with the Cover Studio. So now this is the beginning training of the Planner Studio. So if you already figured it out before in the last video, if you are already familiar with AI and you already knew what to do, then great for you. But this is where you would start at. For those of you that didn't know, now you know. All right, so let's go into the Planner Studio. All right, now the Planner Studio has a lot of features here, as you can see. It also has the save generation. So this is where you would definitely want to use your save generations, because creating a planner, especially if you're not just doing monthly, if you're going to do monthly, if you're going to create a digital planner that has monthly, daily, and weekly, then you might want to save it because you're most likely not going to finish it in one day, right? Because you have all of those pages, unless that's the only thing you're working on all day. So let's get into it. shall we? So for this one, let's um go back to our example. So this is what you're wanting to do. So for this, you want to pull back up your actual digital cover that you created in the Altier Cover Studio. You want to look at the tabs and you want to create pages for those tabs, right? So I created a monthly, a goals page, and a notes page. So that means I'm going to need 3 pages. Let me mute my notifications. I'm sorry about that, guys. So that means I'm going to need 3 pages, right? And if you did January through December, you would create a page for each month, okay? For each month. And you would just generate the prompt and you would keep everything the same and you would just come back and change the date. I'm going to show you that when we're doing it as well. Okay. Another thing, also, if y'all would like to catch live my lives, I do TikTok lives where I do in-depth training of the actual softwares, as well as you can catch my YouTube, which is the same thing that you're seeing this video off of. You can catch my YouTube, just go directly to YouTube, subscribe, and you can check actual TikTok live replays on YouTube as well there. So if you ever need the step by step and you want that, you can check that as well as you can check the site. So you have multiple options. All right, so we're gonna do a monthly undated for this planner. So let's go back out of here. And so that means the planner type we're going to use is monthly, but we have many here that you can choose from. We also have custom. So if there's a planner type that you want to create that's not here, like maybe affirmations or something like that, you can do a custom and you can write it in here and click add, okay? But for this, we're going to do monthly. All right, so now this is the template type. What is the type of template that you want? Right? Since we're doing monthly, we're going to be looking under the monthly planning section here, right? So these are all of our monthly spreads here. So you can do a large writing monthly grid, horizontal monthly grid, and if you're familiar with planning, if you're a planner girly or guy, you know what these are. But if not, you can just test them out and see which ones you like best. Just play around with it. See which ones you like best. Now, I love my classic monthly grid, or a monthly grid with notes is like one of the ones that I love. Um, but I'm going to try something different for this example just to show y'all. So I'm going to do large writing monthly grid. All right. So this is for people to be able to write, have a little more space, right? So then you can choose your page size here, right? You can choose what page size did you want. Now you want to make sure you're keeping the same, if you're creating a digital planner, you want to make sure you're keeping the same page size as your cover, okay? As your cover that you created from the Altier Cover Studio, right? So if you're just creating these pages to sell separately by itself, then that's totally fine. You can make it whatever size, 8.5 by 11, which most likely would be if you're creating a page that people can print out and write on themselves or whatever they have you, or if you just want to make a print planner, you would do that as well. But even if you're doing a print planner, you want to make sure the cover and the back in the interior pages match. Okay, so we chose iPad portrait in the last cover, so I'm going to choose that. Now for page format and spread style, this is what do you want for your spread, right? So this allows you to create landscape as well as portrait planners, right? So you see we chose portrait. So we're going to go with single page portrait. But we have different spreads for like landscape. So you can do single page landscape, you can do full landscape with side tabs, you can do 2-page spread, 2-page with center fold, two page with center coil, left page only, right page only, digital spread. Like these are all is there's a lot of different ones you can choose from here. Now, since we're just doing portrait, we're going to keep it at this. Now, the main ones that you're going to use is if you're doing portrait, you're going to use this. If you're doing a landscape, you're going to use between these right here, right? You're going to use those, okay? So let me show you an example of a landscape. Um, of a landscape. So this was a landscape cover that we created, which was a chibi style. This was a landscape cover, as well as let me show y'all some actual planner pages so y'all can see what I mean, what was created in the planner studio. Hold on, y'all. Let me go to downloads first. And let's go here. Hmm. Um, I'm not sure why it's not coming up here. Hold on. Let me see here. Hmm. Hold on, guys. I'm going to pause it, find it, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm not sure why it didn't pull up because it was saved under what I wanted it to be saved under, but it didn't pull up for some reason. I had to manually find it. But this is some stuff that was created with the Planner Studio, the Altair Planner Studio, and this is what I mean. So as you can see, this is one that has the coils in the middle, right? Two-page landscape with the coils in the middle. This is one that has the coils on the side with the leather strap, right? And then this is one as well with the tabs here and the tabs at the bottom and the leather strap. So you can create different ones. You just have to play with it and see what you like, okay? And this is one with the coils and the tabs. And yes, we kept the tabs the same. We just was testing this out, but this is super cute. I love this. All right, so let's jump back in. Okay, so for this one, since we're doing portrait, we're going to keep it at single page portrait. Now for the planner format style, we're going to use hyperlink planner mode because we will be hyperlinking this. You can also use GoodNotes mode, Notability, any of these, right? Only difference is, only thing where it makes the most sense or where it makes a difference is if you're doing a print digital planner like for Amazon KDP, you want to do printable only, okay? Printable only, okay? But for this, we're going to do hyperlinked planner mode. All right. Now, for the page layout column, I'm going to do auto, but if you wanted a certain amount of columns in your layout, you can do that here. Now, this is the coils, right? So we have different options here that you can choose from for your coils. Now, most people, when they're creating a digital planner, it just depends on what you're creating. So if you're trying to create a full digital planner that actually matches and looks like cohesive, most people are going to want to actually match the tabs, right? But this is for if you just want to create, maybe you just want to create one page, or you can sell this as a template, as a digital template, so someone can add it into their digital coloring, I mean, not coloring book, their digital planner. right? So, or you just might want to have one page for yourself that you want to have into GoodNotes or to sell to somebody as one page that looks good. It's multiple options where you can use this. But most people will choose here match coils from Altier Cover Studio. So once you click that, it's going to bring up this box down here, right? It's going to bring up this box down here. And this is how you're going to match your actual coils so that they can look exactly like this. All right, so you can keep the same design aspect. Okay, so once you come here, it's going to pretty much ask you to give a description of the coils, right? So that the Altier Planner Studio knows what you're doing or what you're trying to do. Okay, so what you're going to do to get that description is you're going to come to chat in this, excuse me, in the same chat that you've been in. You're going to come here. You're going to upload that cover that you just got from the Altier Cover Studio, right? The cover that we just created in the Altier Cover Studio. You're going to upload that cover. And then what you're going to do after you upload that cover is you're going to ask chat to describe the coils in detail, right? You're going to ask chat to describe the coils in detail. So we're going to say describe coils in detail, right? And then we're going to send it. All right, and then chat is going to start describing the coils in detail. All right, let's see, it should be done. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this whole thing and we're going to come back to the Altier Planner Studio and we're going to paste it, okay? Then for the layout style, right? So what kind of layout do we want for our monthly layout, right? So these are some of the favorites here, but if you want to separate it by monthly, this is monthly, right? So we're trying to keep the same vibe that we were going with before with the large writing, right? The large writing. So we're going to click here and we're going to do large writing monthly grid layout so they can have more space to write, okay? A little more space. Now you can choose your aesthetic here, your style aesthetic. How do you want this page to look? You can also do custom styles here. Um, so you can choose from any of these. So I'm going to just do digital. Actually, I'm going to do kawaii. Even though our thing is not kawaii, but I'm going to do, actually, let's do black girl luxury because the cover is black girl, a black girl. So let's do black girl luxury. Now for the color palette, you can choose any of these, but you don't want to do that if you're trying to create a digital planner. You want to match the hold on, let me see here. You want to actually match the color palette from the color palette that you had before, right? For the previous planner page. So we're going to click custom hex codes. Now, usually if you kept the cover studio up, you can just copy the color palette and copy it here and paste it. But I forgot to leave it up. So I ended up exit out of it. So, and I didn't save the generation. So I'm going to have to put in each color one by one, but that's totally fine. So what you're going to do is you're going to come back to Canva where you saved your actual color palette at. You're going to come back there. This is if you forgot to save the actual, if you forgot to save the actual color studio. So really, usually what I do and what I tell my students is when you're in the cover studio, you want to actually duplicate the tab and then open the planner studio so that you can copy the hex code over to the planner studio. But if you don't mind going back and putting in the hex codes, you can just do this, okay? So we're gonna just do this. So I'm gonna show y'all a little bit of it. I'm gonna show y'all two, and then I'm gonna pause it because I showed y'all how to do this in the first example. Okay. So we're gonna click on that element again, click here, and we're gonna just copy it again, right? Like we did on the first time on the Cover Studio. If you need a more in-depth version of this, just go to the Cover Studio, um, the Cover Studio demo video, and we will show you that there. Okay. So I don't think I grabbed the hex code. So let me do this again. Okay, and let's grab the hex code this time. And you're going to paste it right here where it says background. You're going to paste all of it here. Now, if you wanted a certain color for the background, certain color for the text, certain color for the tab, you can put it in all of these different ones. But since we're not doing that, we just want to have the full color here. We're going to do it like this, okay? So we're going to put that color there. And then we're going to grab this picker again. We're going to grab the next color. We're going to copy it. And we're going to paste it. And we're going to space separated by a comma in the space. Let me space this one out actually. And then we're going to continue to do the same thing for the other ones. I will be back when I'm finished with that. All right, so I have all 5 of the colors here, as you can see. Now, for the bottom part where it says build custom color palette, we went over this in the Cover Studio demo. So we're going to skip this because we already have this here. So I'm not going to go over that again in this one. Okay, so now these are for the actual tabs, right? So this is for if you didn't have a actual digital planner that you were trying to create, and you just wanted to have tabs. For instance, if you just wanted to sell one page and you just wanted to have tabs, this is for that. Okay, but for this example, we're creating a digital planner that we want to match. So for this, we're going to do no tabs here because we don't want none of those type of tabs. And it's automatically going to turn this off. And right here where it says match cover tabs from Altair Cover Studio, you want to click here and you want to click yes because you do want to match the tabs, right? Because you see we got this, right? We got the coils. So now we're doing the tabs and we want the tabs to match, right? So we're going to do the same exact thing for the tabs. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back to the chat GPT. And what we're going to do is we're going to upload that image again that we just had got from the Cover Studio. We're going to upload that image. And then we're going to tell chat to describe the tabs in detail. Okay. And then we're going to send it. And then chat is going to give us our descriptions for our tabs so that we can give it back to the Altair Planner Studio. Okay. All right. All right, so we're going to copy the response and we're going to paste it here. Okay. And then now we're getting into the actual dates. Okay. So remember I said that we're doing a undated because we just have a plain monthly tab, right? If we were doing a dated monthly tab, we would need to have January, February, March, April all the way, right? We would need to have it like that, okay? Unless we had a monthly tab, unless we had a monthly page where they can click the actual uh months within that layout or something. That would be the only way we would be able to have one monthly page and then it will take them to all of the other monthly pages. You can do that as well. It's totally up to you how you want to do it. But for this example, we're doing undated, right? So this is where you will select all of that. So for the date type, we're going to do undated. For the week start, we're going to do Sunday start. And um for the month, since we're going to do undated, we're going to leave it blank. But if you were doing a regular monthly layout, you would put in January here or whatever month you want to do. And you would just put in the year, right? If you want the month and the year, or you can just do the month if you don't want the month and the year. Um, right, but usually I do the month and the year. That's why we have a month and a year header here. But if you wanted to just do month, you can you can remove this month and year and just add a custom section that says month and then put in the month here if you don't want month and year, right? Okay, so, and then if you wanted to do a daily layout, you would put in the month, the day here, the month and day. You can put in the year if you want, but you can put in the month, the day. And then this is for what day of the week it is, right? So if you're doing daily, this is for what day of the week it is. Okay, so that is that. But for this example, we're doing a undated monthly, and I do want the month and year header, or I can just do month. It doesn't really matter. So you would click this under sections if you want the month and year header. You can also add in whatever other sections you would like to add in this monthly layout, right? So in our example, we already have a notes page and a goals page, but you can add notes to your monthly layout if you will want to, or top 3 priority or whatever to have you, right? So for this example, I'm going to do undated. I'm going to leave the month blank. I'm going to put the year as 2026. Um, and I'm going to leave this how it is. I'm going to keep Sunday start. And I'm going to do month, year header, and top 3 priorities as the sections. You can add any custom sections you would like to add here if you would like. Like if you wanted a water tracker, we can also do water tracker as well. Let's just do that for this example. Okay, so now decorations. So this is what you would like to decorate your page with. So I like to use washi tape. You can use whatever you would like. Um, whatever you would like. I like, let's see what else I want to add here. I can do floral accents or butterflies. I think I'm gonna do watercolor florals, okay? And then you can add custom decorations here if you would like. For the box style, I'm going to do sharp because I want this, because this is for a digital, um, I'm sorry, this is for a monthly layout. Now, if you are doing something where it's not for a monthly layout, it doesn't have lines, you can just put it under auto or not specified, and it will automatically go like that. Okay, it won't do anything weird with that. For the divider style, I'm going to do thin, and this is where you want to put any extra notes here. I'm gonna leave this blank, but this is for any extra instructions. So if you want your page to look a certain way, if it's something here that was not included and you want it to look a certain way, you would include that in here. And then this is your writing area. So since we're trying to do an extra large um, type of vibe where more writing space, I'm going to do extra large for the writing area. And then I'm going to click generate prompt. All right. And then we're going to come up here and we're going to actually copy the prompt here. Okay. We're going to copy the prompt. We're going to come back to the actual chat that we've been in, working in for our digital planner. And I'm going to paste this prompt, and I'm going to then come and click create image, and I'm going to send it. And we're going to wait and see what we get. I'm going to pause it, and once it's finished, I will be back. All right, guys, look at our beautiful planner page. Isn't she beautiful? Like, look at her. She's gorgeous, right? So as you can see, it has the actual monthly plan. It has the month and it's undated, like we added it, right? It's undated. It has the year here, right? It has the year that we actually put in. So remember, if we come back here, we put in the actual year here, right? That's why it has the year. We put in the year. Now we could have left that blank and it would have gave us a line for us to write in the year. But I put in the year so it can give us that, okay? So we were able to successfully do that. It gave us our water tracker that we asked for. It gave us our undated Sunday start planner page. It gave us our top 3 priorities that we have. And as you can see, these boxes are bigger, right? It's a little bigger and it gives us more space here to write. Okay, so this is totally gorgeous, right? This is totally gorgeous. So I'm going to download this page. All right, let's download it. All right, so this is the page. Now, I'm gonna download this, add this page to the planner pages, and I will be right back. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next page, which is the goals page. And as you can see, everything matches. It matches what we got from the Cover Studio. So if I come here, this is the coils that we got from the Cover Studio. This is the tabs that we got from the Cover Studio. This is our new planner page, so everything matches, everything looks gorgeous. So, and then it's going to look bigger when we actually put it on the actual iPad itself. So I think I might do a final um video for, we'll see, but I might do a final video for the series where I actually show you it working and on my iPad. So we might in GoodNotes. Now you can use this in GoodNotes or any other planner app like Notability, etc. So you can use this as well as you can use it for yourself as well as sell it if you like. It's totally up to you. So let's go ahead and get into the goals page. So we're going to come back to the Planner Studio. Now, I recommend if you're doing this and you're doing a big in-depth planner to save it. So you're going to come down here, right? You're going to come down here and you're going to name it whatever you want. So this is a life planner. So let's just say 2026 life planner. We're going to save it. Okay, there's an error. I'm not sure why it's doing that. I will have to check that on the back end on my end for support and see. But usually it would just save it here and you can come in and you can check back and you can load it here, right? So I'll look into that. So by the time I post this video, that should be working. And I just want to make sure it's not an issue on my end for that. All right. So that is how you would do that though. So let's come back here and now we're doing our goals page. So a lot of this stuff we're going to keep the same, right? But we're just going to change up a few things, right? So once you have that base, you just change up a few things. So since now we're doing a goals page, we don't want a monthly planning page for the planner type, right? So we're going to go to goal planning, right? So that is the type of page. And now for the template type, we're going to remove from monthly and we're going to go and see if we see goals, right? So this is goals. So we have different goal pages here that you can choose from, whether it's a monthly goal page, a weekly goal, a SMART goals, goal breakdown, action steps, goal tracker, goal rewards, goals reflection, annual goals, vision board, etc. So for this example, I'm going to do a goal tracker. And I'm going to keep the size and everything the same. All of that is going to be the same. We definitely want to match the coils. We want to keep all of that the same. Now once we get to layout style, we're going to change this, and we're going to change it to match what we just had here. Okay. So for goal and productivity layouts, I'm going to do goal tracker layout. Okay. I'm going to keep the style aesthetic, the custom hex codes, all of that's going to stay the same because we want it to match. We're going to keep the tabs to match the same. All right, so now for the goal tracker, right? So we're going to do undated Sunday start. I'm going to keep 2026 as the thing here. So I'm going to keep all of that the same. Now, this is going to change because this is for a goal tracker, right? So these are sections you want to include. Now, it's already going to be a goal tracker, so this is going to be extra sections. So I'm going to remove the month and year, the water, all of this. I'm going to remove all of that. And for the goal tracker, only thing that I might want to include extra would be maybe a notes section. But really we don't even really need a notes section because we already have a notes section here. So I'm actually going to just keep that blank, and I'm going to leave it off. I don't want to include any extra sections here. So I'm going to leave that blank, and I'm going to keep the decorations the same because I want everything to match. I'm going to keep this the same, but for box style, I'm going to do auto not specified. And I'm going to keep all of this the same, and I'm going to click generate prompt. All right, so now we have our prompts here. So I'm going to copy the prompts here for our goals layout now. I'm going to come back to chat in the same chat that we've been in, and I'm going to scroll all the way down. I'm going to paste it, and I'm going to click create image, and I'm going to send it. All right, guys. So I'm going to pause it, and I'll be back once it actually finished. All right, guys. As you can see, it has finished here. Everything matches. As you can see, our color palette matches. Our coils match. Everything match here. It has my big goal, why this goal matters, the action steps to get to that goal. Because if you don't have action steps to get to your goals, it's not a goal, okay? It's just a wish, right? Then it has the target date that you want to complete that goal, milestones that you hit while actually trying to complete that goal, potential challenges that you faced, how you will overcome them. And it even has a progress tracker here where you can write in your progress on how close to completing your goal you are, and a reward. So this is totally cute and very useful. So I'm going to go ahead and add this here, and after I add this, I will be back. All right, guys, we have one more page to do in our planner studio, and we will have a fully functioning planner that we can create in the publishing studio. And then once we hyperlink everything in the publishing studio, then we'll have a fully functioning planner that we can use or sell. Okay. So now we need to do our notes page, right? Our notes page. So we're going to come back to the Altier Planner Studio, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to pretty much keep everything the same, just change a few things here. So since we're doing a notes page, you have two options here, right? You have two options on what you can actually do, okay? Um, Let me see here. Okay, so we can do journaling for notes, right? We can do journaling here, right here. See here. You can also do a custom planner and you can just put notes. Like if you wanted just a line paper or something, or what something is particular, you can do custom and you can do a certain notes here as well. But for this, I'm going to do journaling. And for the template type, I'm going to scroll down until I see journaling. Let's see here. Here we are. So we do have a lot under journaling already, like line journal, college rule, etc., etc. We have daily journal, prayer journal. Like we already have a lot under here, but if there was something that you didn't see, you would have to do that custom option and do it that way. You can do it for any feature that you don't see, you can do it that way. So I'm going to do let's just say you want a regular note section. Now we can do like a cute little note section, um like a daily journal spread where journals you put in daily journals. But I think I'm going to do like a simple note section. So I'm going to do wide rule notes, and I'm going to keep all of this the same because we want to keep that the same, right? Same thing like before. Um, Now for when we get to layout style, I'm going to change this. So let's scroll up here under journaling layout. So we can do a manifestation journal layout with line rules. We can do any of this journal spread layout. We can do any of this, right? But even a blank page. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it the same, and I'm going to do wide rule notes layout. Okay. Wide rule notes layout. Okay, and keep all the hex codes, all of that the same, tabs the same. Now, for our journal page, I do want to do undated so we can put in the date and it can be Sunday start. But for a journal page, we really don't need this for a journal page. So I'm going to just put none for that. I'm just going to put none for that, and I'm going to keep 2026. I'm going to keep that. And all of this I'm going to leave blank because I don't want to add any extra sections there. And I'm going to keep the decorations here the same. And for the box style, since it's not going to really be no box, it's just going to be like lines or so. I want to keep this like this. And I'm going to click generate. All right, so let's copy the prompt. So we're going to copy the prompt and we're going to go back to chat, and we're going to then paste the prompt that we just got, and we're going to click create image, and we're going to send it, and I will be back once this actually finishes. All right, and it gave me exactly what I wanted, just a simple notes page that just has lines that you can write notes. Now we have very you know, different notes page. If you don't want like a simple notes page like this, you can definitely add in different notes pages. But for this example, I just wanted to show you what was possible so that you don't have to take the time on things like Canva and just put in the lines. Like, this is easy. It's already there for you. It's literally created in minutes. So it literally doesn't take that much time at all. Okay, I'm not sure what that is doing, so let me see here. Okay, there we go. Now it's doing it. Okay, let's go to downloads, planner pages, and let's save this there. Okay. All right. Now, now we have all three of our pages, right? We have all three of our pages. Now, let me show you what I mean by we have different actual notes or journaling pages. So this is one that we did on live together. And as you can see, this is a daily journal page, right? It has the weekly up here. It has how you're feeling, today's thoughts, highlight of my day, I'm grateful for, lessons learned, how can I improve, today's affirmations, and self-reflections, and rate your day, right? So all of this was created in the Altier Planner Studio as well. And it was created to match an actual cover that we created as well on live. So this is the cover that we created for it. So yeah, so that is totally possible as well. Now, this is the end of this demo. I will see you in the next demo where we are putting everything together and hyperlinking everything in the Altier Publishing Studio. So I will check y'all in the next one.